heard from Mr. Gandy?
So, no, I talked to him yesterday. As far as I know, he's okay.
Okay.
He may just be running a few minutes late. No, it's not late yet. We'll give him another couple minutes.
Everything's good. Told me what
He's good.
I'm gonna get stuff with them or visit with them. She was staying tonight. It's hard with diabetes, she said.
Yes, I think so.
Few days, so I don't mind it. Yeah. Yeah. Same. So on, but I'll see.
Here, Bruce? Huh? That's how much. Sound like I heard him, so I'll give him another second. Couple minutes, two. Yep, there he is. I thought that was it. I thought that was, I heard you. Hey there. Yes. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we'll have to go through all of that. Good evening. This time I call the current Madison County Planning and Zoning Commission public hearing to order and welcome everyone in attendance tonight. My name is Canola Scott. I'm the chair of the Planning and Zoning Board. I will ask the board to introduce themselves and then we'll officially open up.
I'm Stephanie Harvin and I represent District 3.
Good evening, Bruce Gandy, District 5.
Good evening, Cynthia Fortson. I am elected by District.
Kenneth Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1. Lee Mitchell, District 2.
And William Smith, District 4.
And Tracy Patrick, Zoning Administrator.
Okay. If you would, please stand with me for a word of prayer, and we'll open up and get started. Our Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for life. We thank you for health. Thank you for strength. Thank you for traveling mercy and allowing us to come to try to do the business of the county. Our Father, we ask that you bless each and every one of the sound of my voice. Not only on the sound of my voice, but bless each and every one in this entire world. Our Father, we ask that you come and you get out of mind that we may make the right decisions as we hear from the public tonight. And our Father, we be so careful to give you all the honor and praise. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, as the first order of business this evening, I'm required to read a few statements regarding the zoning process. Should you have any questions after I finish, please raise your hands and I will try to answer them. Zoning directly affects private property rights. These include the rights of property owners to enjoy and to use their property and the rights of adjacent owners and general public not to be unreasonably harmed by specific land use. Tonight is the first of two public hearings that will be held. A second public hearing before the Madison County Board of Commissioners will be held at this location at 6 p.m. Somebody give me a date?
October the 7th.
October the 7th. Attendance by the applicants or their representatives is not required at that public hearing, but your attendance is encouraged in case questions come up that I may not be able to answer. Order of business tonight. As an order of business tonight, first of all, I will introduce the applicant, and then the zoning administrator will give her comment. Then the applicant or the authorized agent will come forward, state their name and address, and sign in. Then state the reason for their request. You may provide any other information or documentation supporting the application. Next, the planning and zoning members will have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions to clarify their understanding of the issue relating to the application. Afterwards, I will open the floor for public comment in support of or in opposition to. After those have had the opportunity to speak, the applicant will be invited back to the podium to rebut any negative comments and answer any concerns expressed by other speakers. Once the applicant has finished, the public hearing will then be closed, and I will open a special session of the Planning and Zoning Commission. At that time, no further comments will be allowed by the public unless a person is asked a question by the member of the commission. The commission will then proceed to vote to recommend approval or denial of the applicant's request. This recommendation will be presented Monday night to the Madison County Board of Commissioners. Is there anyone on the Planning and Zoning Board that needs to recuse themselves tonight for any reason?
Mr. Chairman, I need to recuse myself from number 5, Mr. Knight.
I need to accuse myself on number 7.
Lee on number 5 and Stephanie on number 7. Anyone else? If not, we will go into our public hearing tonight. Our first one, and Ms. Tracy, you'll have to help me with his name, and I do apologize.
All right, so Mr. Weeslaw West Constick, I'm doing that right, is requesting to rezone his 2 acres from AR to business to combine with his adjoining business zone property, which is map 30, parcel 77-01, to allow the construction and operation of a small-scale metal gate fabrication business. Property is located at 0 Willis Glen Road in Hull on map 30, parcel 077-02 in District 3.
All right. If you don't mind, can I call you Wes?
No.
Well, are you here, sir? Please come forward.
I'm here.
Please come forward and tell us what you want. Tell us what you want us to consider.
I own already 2 acres, tract of 2 acres. I own another tract, make this business zoning. And basically, I want to put in center, reasonable, accessible line. And in the future, I want to put building under one of this property in the back of the property. And I want to move my business. Right now, operating in Conyers. I want to move my business here to this country and retire over there. Main reason what I'm asking for rezoning is I want to make accessible roads to my property in center of the property.
All right. Anything else?
No.
The board members have any questions for us? Yes. Why is there? Yes.
Where you planning on putting your building?
Have a site plan.
Oh, yes. That's exactly the place I want the building. That's just what I'm asking for rezoning. And main reason I said I want to access to the building. I've got existing small old building that I'm going to use right now as a storage for starting construction. But that's the main reason I want to be able to access this building in this company.
Is that already zone business where you?
This is business already for many years. I want to add this one too.
field. What's your future plan for that other 2 acres?
Maybe they don't have the answer, and if I have some other plans in the future, you're gonna be the first to know. Right now, I want to put building over there, and I want to have reasonable access.
All right, any further questions?
Just, go ahead.
I'm sorry. The drive that you're talking about putting in towards that building, sir, is that gravel?
What I'm planning to do,
Yes, sir.
asphalt.
Thanks.
I've got, the entrance to this property is right now here, very uncomfortable, small one, and go against the old building. Doesn't make any sense to go around the building or tour. I just want to make a reasonable, good access to this whole property.
Yes, sir, thank you.
All right, Lee?
Just to clarify, this survey indicates track 1 and track 2, but you're wanting to join these, it would be 1 4-acre parcel. Is that your intent?
Yeah. Like I said, what's going to happen in the future, you're going to be the first to know. But for now, I think that's the way to do. Put together like a 1 track and to the right comfortable road in center, and that'll be the after left from there.
All right. Finish quickly. Lee?
Yeah, I've got it. Let's go ahead with the public hearing, and I'll ask you.
Okay. Any other questions? Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this particular rezone request? Anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none. Is there anyone here would like to speak in opposition? Now, we do have a letter of opposition that I will ask Ms. Patrick to read, and then we will entertain any of you if you have any kind of opposition. Please.
Okay, I received this letter via email on September the 3rd of this year, from Dr. Travis David Whitehead, and he says, I am writing in regards to a rezoning regulation hearing being held on September 17th, 24, regarding a property that abuts our family farm in Nice, Georgia. My family is in opposition to the rezoning for various reasons, some of which include preservation of farmland, environmental impacts, traffic concerns, community character, infrastructure strain, long-term impacts. We feel that there is an importance of maintaining the area's farmland to protect agricultural resources. Converting farmland to commercial use impacts local wildlife and increases the carbon footprint due to urbanization. Rezoning residential areas to business can also result in the loss of green space and recreational areas for residents. This can have a negative impact on the physical and mental well-being of residents as access to nature and outdoor activities become limited. By rezoning, there can be increased traffic, noise, and pollution, which can negatively impact the quality of life for residents. Commercial businesses in residential areas attract more foot traffic and potentially increase crime rates. There is already a sense of community and neighborhood cohesion that residents have built over time, my family being one of them. By having increased traffic brought about by the business, the current peaceful environment can be at risk. The character of the community is at risk by the introduction of commercial elements into what is currently a residential and agricultural area. Finally, there is a risk in decreasing property values. The presence of commercial businesses in a residential area can detract from the overall aesthetic appeal of the neighborhood, making it less desirable for potential buyers. We must consider the long-term impact of the decision, not only for us, but also for our future generations in converting farmland to commercial use. I would appreciate the committee taking into consideration the elements of my family's concerns when voting on this rezoning application. We would encourage a no vote. Sincerely, David.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. Chairman, people have been in contact with me over this deal. Rick Pope, Pam Drake, and Sheila Collins all live in that neighborhood, and they all oppose it because of the traffic concerns. Right now, the traffic concerns is major. They said can't but one vehicle can about go down that road at one time. They meet one another, they have to stop and let them go by. And they just don't want it to be zone business because of the traffic concerns.
Anyone else want to speak in opposition? Please come forward, state your name and,
Jason Johnson. I have 9 acres. Not right next door to him, there's a split of land that, Mr. Whitehead owns. My concern is, in front of my 9 acres, Williston Road floods, and it's always holding water right there. Some of that does come off of my land. The county's replaced my driveway a couple of times for the runoff. If he's putting asphalt there, what's his plans with that runoff? Because some of that 4 acres is gonna come back on mine. It's gonna go through the woods, wash out my driveway. If he doesn't have a gutter or some kind of system to do something with the water. The traffic is another thing. That's a tight road going down through there. When I take my truck and tractor over there to Bush Hog, you have to stop, let the other car pass before you can proceed. So that would be my concern with that.
all right, sir, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else want to speak in opposition? Anyone else wants to speak in opposition? All right. Well, you have an opportunity to come back and rebut anything that has been said, and then I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board.
I've got here a picture. Of the area. Yes, start this way. Sorry, I'm not. But anyway, that's the property. It's already developed here, commercial. I'm not asking anything new. I'm not going up to the nature and trying to put some commercial thing. This portion here of my property was commercial for the last 20 years. Some use or not use, but it's commercial for 20 years. I'm only adding here. This green stuff used to be farmland, because after I purchased, it became woods, which means again, it's talking about changing this for nature, better way. But yeah, I want to develop right now this portion here, 1/4 of this whole property. If I'm gonna have a different idea in the future, you're gonna be the first to know. Right now, I don't see any big changes, any impact on this area. I don't see it. Of course, people have concern, but this is the view from the street. My property is here on this. That's my property. Already 4 existing businesses on the other side of the road. Again, I'm not going to chantal the beautiful wildlife. I'm just adding to something that exists already. This is already commercial. They look commercial.
All right, sir, is that all?
How much traffic do you anticipate in your business?
I'm in gate business, like entrance, ornamental gates. I'm selling them probably 12, 10 a year, which means practically I can have 10, 12 customers a year. Some I'm going to be shipping. Yeah, they're going to be UPS truck coming in and out. But, I'm talking, right now it's 2 people, maybe 3, 4 people operation. It's not manufacturing, it's just small operation.
All right, so anybody, any other questions?
Yeah.
Just,
I just want to ask, you said you already have an asphalt entrance into your property, right?
Well,
no.
from my point of view, if I'm gonna be allowed, I wanna put gravel, great.
Okay, so what,
But the asphalt is something what I feel from my impression, from my engineer, is required by county, my engineer say it has to be asphalt. But, I can have gravel.
no, I was asking, because somebody asked you what kind of road was going in there. I thought you said asphalt.
Yes, because that's more like a requirement for my civil engineering.
Okay, so that's asphalt.
Yes,
Okay, so the reason that you want this rezoning is because, not because of the driveway, because your business is already over there. It's already developed.
yes.
Okay, and you just want to
Well,
change
if I'm
all of
gonna,
it to one business.
if I'm gonna have 2 acres, very narrow, go it this way, it doesn't make any sense how I'm gonna do this here. But if I combine them together, make one road center, that's just accessible, good way to do it.
Okay,
Makes sense?
just want to be clear.
I got a question on that roadway. If you don't get the other 2 acre rezoned, would you still put a driveway right down the center of it?
Well, everything belongs to me, that's, again,
It don't belong to you
if
now?
everything belongs to me, I mean, both properties.
That's what I'm asking. If it doesn't get passed, why couldn't you go ahead and put a driveway down the middle of it anyway?
Because again, my engineer said you cannot put half road on residential, half of commercial. And that was everything started at this point. I don't need right now 4 acres commercial, but the only reason is my civil engineer said, I'm not gonna go to county with my planning, if you don't rezone, and make, the road in commercial area, not half of this and half of this.
All right, Bruce, you have a question?
Sir, could you tell us a little bit more about the gates that you build? What's they're constructed of?
Steel and the stones. And we do both everything in shop, which means steel gate like open gate, electronic, also columns with wrapped with stone, and inside is electronic too.
Okay.
But we're doing everything in shop, going on job site and just installing.
So essentially you build all the equipment and then you take those materials to a place to install it, or do you send it out as a kit?
Well, not often, but sometimes send like a kit, somebody purchase. Mostly I'm installing them.
Okay, so your business area is gonna be in the local area here?
Well, I do all over I'm in Metro Atlanta.
I got you.
Right now I'm in Conyers, but I'm installing in Alpharetta, in Woodbridge, all over.
And how many employees do you employ right now?
One.
And you're thinking of increasing that at this site?
It's possible. I'm 66, close to retirement. I never retired. But, yeah, probably somebody gonna replace me, or maybe 2 people. It's possible.
Okay.
Right now I've got limited space, but if I have 5,000-6,000 square feet, yeah, that opportunity comes.
So you could expand your company to the other side if you needed to get bigger.
Again, I'm 66, I don't plan, if I will have this, if something pop in my mind, what I'm gonna do it, you're gonna be the first to know.
Well, what I'm understanding is that you're asking to combine the 2 together. Make it one parcel, 1 4-acre parcel, right? That's my understanding. 1 4-acre parcel. So in order for him to do anything additional, you have to either come back here or, somebody, somewhere.
If it's already business?
Well, again, I've
If
done
it's
this,
approved, then it will be 1 parcel.
If there's more than 2 businesses, the approval of the site plan can't be done on an administrative level. It would have to go before the boards for approval.
All right, any further questions?
This might be more of a question for Tracy. Excuse me. Since the intent in rezoning the additional 2 acres is to accommodate the driveway. Has no plans to develop it. Is it, I know what he said about his engineer, but is it possible that since he owns both parcels, that half of the road could be on AR? I mean, do we have to rezone this? Or can the road spill over, since he owns it, onto the AR, and then he may not want to rezone it?
Right.
Only if he were to do something later.
Right, that I'm unsure of, because, they, you know, the whole time he's just wanting to put it together, so I would have to speak to council about it.
Like I mentioned, everything started in February with my engineer, who said it's impossible to plan on half road on this. But truly, if I don't have to, I don't have to rezone this other 2 acres. It's only about this comfortable, professionally made driveway in center to make my property accessible. And in the future, if something comes, that's a different story. But right now, I want to put the right position road accessible to my property.
All right. Any more questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, we will close the public hearing, and I'll bring it back to the board for any further discussion, and I will entertain a motion.
Can I ask one question?
The public hearing is closed, sir, but, okay, this one question.
How does he get his shipments of steel? Is it on a rig, or is it you go pick it up in a pickup truck?
I'm just saying not 30 feet, sorry, left, and I'm picking up and delivering. Like blue snake.
Okay,
I'm leaving.
all right. We will.
Thank you.
Public hearing is closed now. We'll come back to the board for any questions or any further discussion. I'll entertain a motion to approve, to deny, or to approve with conditions.
I guess I can go first. To answer this gentleman's question, he will have to have a stormwater plan for this, correct?
Correct.
To address any stormwater runoff that might affect adjacent property.
Correct.
Okay. My concern, the reason I asked the question a few minutes ago, my concern the whole time has been not putting the business on the existing 2 acres that's zoned business. It's the 2 acres that he's trying to get rezoned that will be joined with it, what the future plans might be for that. Because once something is zoned business, there are a wide list of uses that fall under business, including truck terminals and you name it, anything could essentially be targeted there. May have to come and get approval for it, but all those uses fall up under business. So that's why I really wanted to know what was slated for that additional property. Wes says that nothing is scheduled there, at least as of now, but you never know about the future. But once it's zoned business, it's done. So we've answered the question about the joining the properties. That's fine. I would like to make the suggestion of making it a condition, and I can make this in form of a motion if necessary, but I would like for it to be stipulated that it cannot be further divided or developed without Board of Commission approval. Just to leave it open as, business and anything can go in there. I just think the area being surrounded by an A1 farm in that particular area, I just think that there's certain things that might not be suitable to go there. So I would make that suggestion. The other thing on the driveway, I'm assuming this is considered commercial, and I was glad to hear that he wanted to pave it, but 8.3 specifically deals with commercial driveways. That's named in our ordinance. So, not only would it have to be paved, but there's other things that have to be done, and I would recommend that he would have to comply with 8.3 commercial driveways. So, those are my suggestions.
All right, anyone else, any more discussion? Good.
Those are pretty good suggestions.
Well, I have no problem with putting conditions on there that can't be, but I think that's already said. I mean, if he does anything else, tries to do anything else with it, it's gotta come back anyway. You know, but that's not a problem of putting those conditions in there.
So that just be, the condition would be that it has to conform to 8.2.
No, I'm talking about
As far as the driveway.
yeah, but I'm talking about the split.
Yeah.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but that's fine, I mean, you know, there's no problem with putting it in there, as far as I'm concerned.
Are you okay with the other recommendation from CPL with the condition?
Well, I brought those up because, I got clarification on number 2. I was completely lost on CPL's recommendation on number 2. And basically, the direction that I got was that the, site plan as presented is what we would be approving, but that conditions placed on the property would be appropriate as well. So we're basically dealing with this site plan. If the site plan changes, he would need to come back and get approved. But I just felt like, going ahead and saying that, cannot further divide it or develop it without DOC approval, just to make absolutely sure.
And I think that probably making this, raising the awareness of this Board of Commissioners might be appropriate due to the sensitivity of the public on this. And again, it is it's an attentive citizenry that's looking at this, wondering about where we're going with the county. So I think it all makes sense.
All right, anyone else? You want to make a motion?
I certainly can. I recommend we approve this with the following conditions: that it be joined, that these 2 parcels be joined together to make one common 4-acre parcel. That you cannot further divide it or develop it without Board of Commission approval. And that the driveway be developed according to 8.3 commercial driveways in our ordinance.
Well, we have a motion on the floor, do I get a second?
I'll second.
Motion, Lee, and second, Stephanie, that this rezone request be approved with the conditions stated. Any further discussion? Ready to vote?
Yes.
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 No.
Yes.
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 6-2-1 approval, to recommend approval. Okay, has been approved by this board with the conditions. We are a recommending board only, so we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that this be approved with the stated conditions. That will be on October the 7th.
Yes,
October the 7th, in this room, and I suggest that you be present.
Thank you.
All right, number 2.
okay, we have Derek and Jennifer Kiesler. They're requesting to rezone their 5.03 acres from A2 to AR to allow a 3.06 acre portion from adjoining property 00116-117 to be absorbed into this tract for inheritance purposes. Property is located at 7041 Nowhere Road in Hull on map 16, parcel 117-3 in District 1.
Yeah, that's Tracy, does these two need to be together, 2 and 3?
Well, they're
Or just-
different property owners.
Okay, that's fine, we'll just do 2.
Okay.
All right, Jennifer, Derek and Jennifer Kessler, are you present? Please come up and, other than what's written, tell us what you want.
Pretty much that's it. I inherited a piece of land from my grandmother, and we're just trying to absorb it into our existing property. And we need to have that rezoned to be able to make that happen.
All right. Board have any questions about this piece of property or this rezone request?
This is the small tract right beside Terry Miller.
Any further questions? Thank you very much. All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone here that wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request? Hearing none, I'll bring it back to the board and entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. Any questions? Any discussion? If not, Bruce?
Yes.
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 All right. That one is approved. We will, again, we are recommending board only, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that this rezone request be approved. All right, number 3.
Okay, Jennifer Kessler, applicant for Normal Arnold Estate, is requesting to rezone a 3.06 acre portion of 36.24 acre property from A2 to AR to split and absorb into adjoining property on map 16, parcel 117B for inheritance purposes. The remaining 33.18 will stay in the A2 zone. The property is located at 6999 Nowhere Road in Hull on map 16, parcel 117 in District 1.
Come back.
I don't really know what more I can say, but, so yeah, now I just want to rezone the small piece of land to go into my existing part, so.
All right. Any questions? Seems to be pretty straightforward.
Pretty,
Thank
I
you.
hope, thank you.
All right, any more discussion, or not, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a recommendation that we, motion that we approve.
All right, second. Have a motion, have a motion and a second. We approve. Any other discussion? All right, Cynthia?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. This is approved, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners for approval of both. All right, number 4.
We have Christy Fortson, applicant for her grandparents Larry and Janet Harrison, and she is requesting to rezone their 5.27 acres from A1 to AR to allow a second home to be placed on the property as an accessory dwelling unit for their granddaughter. Property is located at 11571 Wildcat Bridge Road in Danielsville on map 66, parcel 58 in District 4.
Ms. Fortson? All right. So what you'd like for us to know?
My family and I would like to put a extra, second home on my grandparents' property so that I can help them in their day-to-day help. My papa's had some health issues, and I just need to be there to help them with the day-to-day care.
Any questions for Ms. Fortson?
This home would have a separate driveway from the other home.
Yes, sir. There's already a second existing driveway that would go straight to our home.
Any additional questions? Thank you, ma'am. All right, is there anyone, would like to speak in favor of this particular rezone request? Hearing none, is there anyone who wants to speak in opposition? We'll close the public hearing and bring it back, and I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve as presented.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, that it be approved as presented. Any other comments or questions? Not? Ken?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
All right, Ms. Fortune, this is approved. Again, we're a recommending body, and we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners for the approval, and invite you to be there on October the 7th. Number 5.
Okay. We have Chad Knight, applicant for his father Billy Knight, is requesting to rezone a 4.34 acre portion of his 14.34 acres from A2 to AR to split to gift his son, and the remaining 10 acres will stay in the A2 zone. Property is located at 2080 Hardman Morse Road in Colbert on map 59, parcel 128-B in District 5.
All right, Mr. Knight?
I'm Billy Nye, I'm the father. My son works for Bear County Sheriff's Department, and he's doing something, he couldn't make it. I'm 72, my wife's 62, our health is not good. So Chad wants to build a house down there to be close to us, to kind of help look after us, do yard work and so forth, and just be there, because we're sitting way back off the road by ourselves, you know, just me and my wife. So that's why we wanted to rezone that, and we wanted to do it to keep 10 acres of it with our house, with our own driveway, and then give him other 4 point, whatever it was, for him to build his on.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Knight? Doesn't seem to be. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Is anyone in the audience would like to speak in favor of this rezone request? Hearing none, does anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move
Yes, sir.
that we approve this as presented.
Any motion to approve?
John, second.
Second by Kenneth. Any further discussion? Not, Kenneth?
Yes.
Yes.
And with you.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Knight, it has been approved by this board. Again, on October 7th, commissioners will entertain our recommendation.
Thank you so much.
All right, number 6.
Okay, we have Elliot Shapiro, applicant for John and Marcelina O'Toole, is requesting to rezone their 10 acres from A1 to A2 to allow 2 homes to be placed on the property for family members. The property is located at 0 Tabor Chapel Road in Danielsville on map 36, parcel 80C in District 2.
All right.
Shapiro?
Shapiro, please come forward and tell us what your plans are.
Yeah, my brother-in-law and my sister, they bought this 10 acres land in Danielsville. They live in Kane, Indiana right now. So they planning to move here, but they don't know when they're coming. So, but they want us to live with them. So they want to put 2 houses there, their house and our house. So we're planning to do that. So that's why we came here.
All right, we have any questions for the applicant?
So the owner of the property
He's my brother.
is your brother, lives in Indiana currently?
Yeah.
Okay. Would he be building a home first, or would you, or both at the
My
same time,
husband,
or-
my husband and I, we are.
So the property owner will not live on the property for a while, is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, maybe because he's still working over there. So, but they want us to live close to them.
Right.
So they are allowing to share the land with them. Yeah, because.
But the accessory dwelling unit would be you, and the property owner would not be building yet.
Yep. You have a comment, Ms. Becky?
I wasn't aware that was the order that they would be built in.
And while you're pondering it, is there any other further questions for her?
I want to know, is that, access to their property, it goes through somebody else's property, right? Is that what I'm looking at? So, and then there's 3 others. 1, 2, 3, there's really 5.
There's 2 houses more of a neighbor.
Okay, then we'll be accessing the same driveway.
Yeah, not in the same, well, yeah, because it's like a private, something like that. It's like a small driveway.
Okay, so,
Yeah, but, yeah,
okay,
it's the same driveway too.
okay, so so for you and your brother to access your home, you have to make another driveway for both of you.
No. Well, the land has their own driveway. So it's not going to, their other neighbors is not going to pass to our driveway.
No, I know, but if I'm looking at there, you're gonna cut a driveway off of that access driveway for you and your brother to access your home. So you 2 are gonna be on another driveway to get to your homes. That's what I'm seeing up there, I guess. So there's,
I did clarify with Mr. Pruitt, and he said we couldn't limit the number of homes, on the existing.
oh,
Now, is that an easement, or is that a private drive, or is that I'm kind of familiar with that, or is that a road, is that a county road?
It has a private drive sign on it, but it is listed on the property that goes across, it is listed as an easement on the plan.
Because I do know that property was owned by Whitlocks, and they own that whole area down through there, and I think when they,
Ralph McKay owns it. That goes across.
oh, that it goes across, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Whitlocks own the actual property, I think, that they own, that they're talking about. And I guess that easement's been there for 50 years, I guess, because they've always accessed it that way. But I don't know, this thing about the accessory dwelling, maybe first, I don't know about that one. This may be one we need to
Is there something in
kind
our
of delay and get a
ordinance that says
clarification.
it has to be built?
yeah.
Our ordinance does say that, however, we are looking at a vacant property, so a home could be built there first, and then it would just, without doing anything to it, but it's a matter of that second home coming on, that's when the actual ADU would be required at that time, so unless the property owner is gonna build that home first, we wouldn't our ordinance wouldn't allow a second home to be placed on it. Like the person that is not the property owner to build a home on there
Okay.
first,
Yeah.
under an accessory dwelling unit.
So,
But she's not saying accessory, she said homes, 2 homes, separate homes.
Right, but it would be.
Oh, okay, it would be considered as, okay.
So if this was approved as it is, the next house that came in there would have to be the owner's house and would have to be bigger, or else that small house where the house that she's talking about right now could be the principal house, and the next one would have to be smaller than that house.
yes, it has to be accessory, it'd have to be smaller, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that's, you know, but I guess there's limitations on how small that was going to be, and I'm not sure what the parameters of your house were.
Like how many rooms is gonna be allowed?
It would be square footage, the heated square footage.
I think the ordinance specifies that the property owner must live in one of the homes.
My gosh.
Yeah, he's gonna come and live.
What, this is a hypothetical, I'm gonna ask it, I really don't understand it. What if the property owner says, okay, my property, you can build a house on it? Can we stop them from doing that? Because the next house that comes in would have to be the accessory dwelling. But, am I all wrong in that?
It was just the way that it was presented.
Yeah,
right?
we
I mean, the way
right.
the application was presented.
Right.
Is what,
Big home. And I was under the assumption the property owner was gonna be building first, or putting a home on there first. Or at least simultaneously. But, so technically, without having anything done to it, a home can go on it, of course, because it's, 10 acres, you can put a home on it. But that second home is where we get into the conflict, because the property owner has to already be living in the principal dwelling. So it might be that if that's their plan, they'll, go ahead and permit that home as usual, and then just bring this ADU up as a request at a later time. I mean, that's just some options.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It was, the
would be
property
there.
owner probably does not know this, so they might not want their house to be smaller than their house. So I don't know, that should be something that needs to be communicated
There's
first.
options around this, really.
What is the square feet that is gonna be allowed for the big house?
Oh, you can have any size dwelling that you want, but the property owner's home will have to be larger than your home, even if it's just by, a few
Yeah,
square
that's-
feet.
that's fine.
Our ordinance states that.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
Well,
Should
how
we
big a
get-
hurry are you?
Yeah, we need to get some more clarification, I think.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, he's gonna come on the next meeting. So maybe he can, explain better. Yeah, because he couldn't come today, so that's why he sent me. But he's gonna come in the next meeting for sure.
What I would recommend is that there seems to be some, I'm not sure everybody understands what's happening, or what the request is, or understand if it's granted, then what, that
It's
the
matter.
size of the houses and, the owner has to be there first, and I don't think everybody
We
understands that.
didn't know
So we
that.
want to, my recommendation is that we postpone this one, or delay this one, so that Patrick can have some more communications with the owner, or with whoever made the request, so they conceptually understand, and we take this up in our next monthly meeting.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming and.
I'll reach out.
I agree
If we
with
post-
Mr. Chairman.
If we postpone it, she's talking about coming to the BOC meeting, I think. But if we postpone it, it won't go to the VOC yet, right? It will come back to us.
Well, I'm not sure which meeting she's talking about. Are you talking about coming to the Board of Commissioner meeting, or are you talking about coming here next time?
The October 7th.
Okay, that's the Board of Commissioner meeting. If we delay this, then it won't come up on the October 7th meeting. Because, you know, I believe that we need some more clarification here.
Because really and truthfully, the ordinance is specific in the way it's written. There's not a lot of leeway in it.
But it's pretty cut and dry that we have to recommend denial if we go forward tonight. But if we don't go forward tonight, if we give them an opportunity to clarify this thing, then there's a possibility that it can be approved. So.
Is it gonna pose a big problem to you to wait 30 days on this decision?
It's because my brother-in-law, he works and he has to ask for permission to come. Like, you know, he lives in Indiana and he already have a plan to come. So I don't know if you can call him and ask something because.
Sure, I can
So
call.
and talk to him about it.
And based on that information, we're still gonna be looking at the same problem. If you're building, or you're putting a home on first, then that's still going against ADU, in which I would recommend to go ahead and just let her get on the property that's permitted as is. And then when, well, that's a catch-22.
Looking at her situation,
Because the
saving
property
her
owner's gotta be
property
first.
owners feasibility more than we are passing this. We're looking after her situation too, just like.
Right.
So can we put it with the condition that the owner's, home be built first?
The only problem with that is the property owner is not here. The property owner is not hearing this. And the property owner is the one that's really affected by it.
And it states that the property owner's gotta live in the house.
Yeah.
The ordinance said that you gotta live in the house.
But I was saying that because of him already coming to the October 7th, and we put a condition, and then he'll know that there's a condition on it, and then they would make that decision. Is that, I guess,
No, I think it's not our job to throw it to them. I mean, we need to make some kind of recommendation to them.
You mean calling them?
Yes, like he can talk and he can hear everything you say. He's at home right now, he's off from work. So maybe he can talk to you by phone and you can explain to him.
Well, I guess we could do that, but the only explanation I would give him is that we can't make we can't, well, I can't say that, but I'm saying that we can't approve this as presented, and we want to delay it.
but they wouldn't line up with, or
I think due to the questions here and being unsure in a lot of different areas, I think my personal opinion is Tracy needs to talk to the owner of the property, convey this, make sure that we need to know, I mean, we're interpreting the ordinance that the property owner has to build first and then the ADU can build. I don't know if that's etched in stone or can be flexible in any way, but that gives you an opportunity to consult with Mike or whoever to get that question answered, convey that to the owner, and then you can make a decision. Does it need to be just dropped, comes back here in 30 days, or what? But personally, I think it needs to be postponed.
Well, that's why I'm recommending postponement for the next 30 days.
Well,
make
it's
that
right here
a
in
motion?
I can make that
or
motion.
8.5, 1.3. The owner of the property must occupy one of the dwellings as the owner's permanent and principal resident and will be provided a statement to the owner's occupancy and.
So that could be interpreted,
I think it,
If the
It
owner
doesn't
no
say
longer occupies
that they
one
have
of the
to be doing
residents,
it
the owner shall have 60 days
in
to
a certain time.
reoccupy. Okay, 8.5 point.
I'd like to make a motion that we postpone to get some more clarity.
Have a motion on the floor?
Second.
Have a second? That this rezone request be postponed for the next 30 days to allow our zoning administrator to talk to the property owner and to get some clarification on, what is it, 8.1?
8.5.
8.5. Now, I do apologize that we can't do anything tonight, but I think this is the best way forward. Now, is there any other comments? Have a motion and a second? I'm a yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
So you will let the owner know, right?
Yes, I will call him tomorrow and discuss this with him.
Okay.
And then we'll have new dates that you would need to come. You don't need to come to the October 7th meeting. That one, this took care of that, it's done away with.
All right.
So, I will talk with him and we will establish new dates. If, you know, and that's only if he's gonna build first. Can we proceed with this request?
All right. Yes, it's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, number 7.
George Smith and Peggy Lee are requesting to rezone a 23.096 acre portion of their 84.21 acres from A1 to A2 to split and sell, and the remaining acres will stay in the A1 zone. Property is located at 471 Donald Smith Road in Hull on map 26, parcel 25 in District 1.
All right, Mr. Smith,
Yes, sir.
floor is yours.
Like we said, we're trying to sell our parents' house and, as y'all requested, go into a 5-acre tract, and that's this tract right here, and the property, they requested some more parish land to put horses and probably maybe some cattle, so we'll go all the way to Old Owl Road right here.
All right. Any board members have any questions on this one?
So you mentioned someone wanted more, did you have a prospective buyer?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. It's under contract, yes, sir. They currently live in Barrow County, and they were fixed to have 75 townhomes built around them. They decided they want to get out of that situation.
Any further questions?
How much road frontage is on Old Isla?
I think about 800 feet right here.
Yes.
More than it looks like.
Same.
It is.
And your prospective buyer is gonna utilize the entire property? No
Yes.
intents on splitting it out?
No.
Sir. They want to keep it
They want to keep it intact.
A2 so that they could, well, they had first did AR, and then they talked to one of the commissioners, and he recommended go to A2, so there'd be no chance of splits.
All right, any further questions? All right, thank y'all very much. For the public hearing, if anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request?
I'm a neighbor and I'm in favor.
You, all right.
What's your name?
My name is Winfred Gilliland.
And I'm sorry, can you spell that, please?
Gilleland.
Thank you, George.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll bring it back to the board and entertain a motion. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? If not, Lee, I believe it's on you.
Yes.
Yes.
Recused?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, 6-1. 6-0, I'm sorry, 6-0. And again, we're recommending board, on October the 7th, the commissioners will be here. I recommend that you attend. And we will recommend approval. With that being said, I think that's all the business for tonight. I get a motion to adjourn. Motion and second to adjourn. All in favor, aye. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right.
Let me turn this to the